Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Bless the Craft Designs, and I'm coming to you today with a new wreath design that I'm working on. This again, I guess 2017 is gonna be my year of trying different things, trying something new, getting out of the box, that sort of thing. So I'm going to I've seen this on YouTube a couple of times, and I thought, what a pretty wreath. I'm going to try it just like I did with the ribbon topiary. I've seen those done on the internet quite a few times. And I just decided to do the ribbon topiary, which it turned out pretty good. And I do plan on doing some more of those. So you will see a couple more videos, hopefully getting better at each one. This one is going to be a burlap petal wreath. I think they're so cute. Normally, y'all have seen how I do my wreaths and everything. So this one is going to be a little different. It is a learning experience from me. I've kind of been looking at a few videos to see how this is going to work. So I'm crossing my fingers that this comes out the way that it looks on YouTube when I've seen so many other people doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so the things that we are going to need are a foam wreath. This one is a 16-inch foam wreath, and I do believe I got this from my staple is Hobby Lobby, or it might have been Michael's. I can't remember, but I got this from there. It's been dinged up a little bit, but I think that's okay. It's going to be covered up. These were on sale. I don't know if I even have the right kind. I wasn't sure if I should use, this, the burlap ribbon, like this one. It's 5.5 by 15 feet. And you see the price there. I did get this from Hobby Lobby. It was on sale. So I purchased 2 of these in the brown, just a plain regular burlap color brown. And then I decided to get this blue. I might do this as an accent, but it's the exact same size. It was $1 more for this, but again, it was on 50% off. So I'm going to use those. And I have my handy dandy, this is my go-to thing right here. Just the basic mesh ribbon with the jute, like I use for my Deco mesh wreaths all the time. I don't know if I have enough on here because you're supposed to wrap around this foam. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough to wrap around and make all the petals, or maybe I might wrap around with this because it's, the same color. You just don't want the green to show up. And this is something that I had from one of the last wreaths that I've done. I didn't use this. I just didn't think it would look right. It's kind of it's white. And there is the number and everything if you want to go and get this. This came from Hobby Lobby as well. A bunch of floral pins. And these are just ones. I knew that I was going to work on this type of wreath. So when I bought a big bag because of the topiary that I did, I bought a big bag of these. So there are the floral pins. You're going to need scissors and also a ruler. So as of right now, that's all I think that I'm going to need. We'll just kind of see how everything goes. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay everybody, I'm back, and I've gone ahead and I've started cutting my burlap, and I have cut them. I wrote it down so that I know. 5.5 by 5.5 inch squares. And the reason why I did this, quite a few people on YouTube, they do the 4x4s, and that's fine if your burlap is 4 inches in width. But mine, as you can see right here, and I'm sorry for that light. I try to use it to give me more light in here, but it might be blurring. Mine is 5.5 inches wide. So you want to make these in squares. So that's the reason why I did 5.5 by 5.5. So if your width is smaller, on here, then that's what you're going to cut. If you have a 4-inch burlap, then you're going to cut them in 4-inch squares. So I did this, and I have cut I cut this one brown, and I've cut the blue, and they make 31 squares at 5.5 by 5.5. Okay, so I've already done that. Now I have not cut this one yet. I'm kind of straddling the fence because I know that I'm supposed to cover my I know I'm supposed to cover this, but I don't think I want to cover it in the actual burlap that I'm going to use on the wreath. I just don't think that 30 of these will be enough. I really don't. I actually may need more than that. So that's 30, and this is another 30. I'll have 60 of this all together. And then this was just going to kind of be an accent anyway, so I might just use one down the middle for this. So I don't think I want to cover it with this. I think I'm going to go ahead and cover it with my Deco mesh. I'm hoping this doesn't mess it up. You're really just supposed to do this to try to keep the green from showing. So, you know, I'm not giving this to anybody. This is one I'm kind of sampling with, so we'll see how that works. So I'm gonna let you see me, and see that still may show a little bit too. I might have to do it more than once. You know, this Deco mesh is not very thick, so I'm gonna work with what I got here. All right. So maybe if I overlap it a little bit, that might help. Okay, and overlapping it does help a little bit too. I don't know if you can tell, it's not as easy to see as when we first started. Trying to pull it a little tight around here. Okay, so it is, the more you wrap it with the Deco mesh, the harder it is. You can't really see the green too much. Okay, I'm sorry for taking it out of your view. I'll turn this light just a little bit more. There we go. It might be better for you to see. Normally this likes to stick to everything, and now today when I need it to stick, it doesn't want to stick. Wouldn't you know it? Alright. And I am, like I said, I'm overlapping this a bit so that, you know, to try to cover up as much of that green as I possibly can. Hope I don't knock my camera out of the way trying to do this. And this would probably work a little bit better if I had a Like I have one of these. What size is this? This is a 5.5 inch. It probably would work better to wrap this around if I had another 5.5 of the burlap deco mesh, but I don't. This is just the extra one that I have, so I'm gonna kind of use what I got. All right, let me get my scissors. And I'm gonna cut some of this excess off. Okay. This might be a little bit easier to wrap. And as you can see, it's covering up that green pretty good. Pins. And then just secure this part. And if I need to, I'll come back and I'll clip all these little flyaways off right here at the end. Okay, but as you can see, that was just one row, and some of it's showing a little bit more here. But if you overlap it, or if you probably go over it a second time, I'm pretty sure it won't show that much. So that's pretty good. That's something that's doable. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start making the actual petals. So go ahead and make sure you have quite a few pins. And it's almost like the petal that we did with the petal method using the Deco mesh, the one that I did for Easter. It's almost the same thing. You're gonna lay it out in a square. Okay, you lay it out in a square. Can you all see that? A little bit of light. In a square, you bring one end down to meet in the diagonal like that. Okay. And then the other points are going to meet with the point here. So you're going to make that loop right there. Okay. And then bring this point down to that one. Okay. I'm going to show you this a few times. Now you can make this part up here as big or as small as you want. All you do is just adjust this part down here. You know, if you want a big kind of hole right there, then you would spread this apart. If you wanted it tighter, then you would bring these ends closer together. But just to make it kind of easy for me, I just went ahead and made all the points meet in the middle. It really doesn't matter to me about that part. Not yet. Maybe if I do another one. And then I think I'm going to start on the edge, just like when I do my Deco mesh wreaths. I always start on the lower, you know, it's two parts to that, and I usually start on the lower one. You can go ahead and stick your pin in, and you're supposed to try to stick them at the bottom. You don't want to stick them up here at the top because then they'll show. But I guess just make sure when you're doing this that you do get a piece of both of them. You know, so if they're overlapping a little bit down at the bottom, that's fine, because you want to make sure you have both ends inside of your pin. Okay, so we do that. And again, all these little flyaways, I'll fix those later. Okay. All right, and then you just stick it straight down like that. All right, so then you grab another one, and same technique, you're gonna put it down into your square. The points, just say the top right and the lower left, you bring those 2 points in the middle, and then you have a triangle, and then you bring the right point down to the center, and then bring the left point down to the center. Okay, and then grab your pen, go ahead and stick it through there, and then you're going to lay that on top. And this is why you want your pen down towards the bottom, so that you see that one is covered up. You won't be able to see that. And if you want these closer together, you know, if you want them a lot closer, a lot farther apart, I don't know if I would put them too far apart, because, you know, your goal is really to make sure you cover up that pin from the previous one. Okay, but you push that all the way down, and then that lines up. Okay, so let's do another one. You want to make sure you got it. All right, so you got your square, your top right, bottom left. Bring down to the center, then the right point to the center, your left point to the center. Grab your pen, stick it in the bottom. All right, get your wreath and press it down. Okay, so you see how that's coming along, and they're pretty much all the same size. I mean, surely won't anybody be coming and say, oh, that one's bigger than that one and that one's smaller. Hopefully you don't have anybody that will do anything like that. So I don't think it will be bad if one is just a little bit bigger than the other one. You know, I tell you, crafting is stress-free, so we don't want to worry about if it's something small like that. I think in the end it will be too many of them on here for someone to really pay that close of attention to it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do at least the outer ring and maybe the inner ring, and then okay, everybody, I'm back, and I wanted to stop what I was doing and come show you my progress. You know, I have cut down, I cut one roll of this, which is 5.5 by 15 feet of burlap ribbon, and it gave me 31 5.5 by 5.5 inch squares. So this is how far I have gotten, and let me show you again. This is what my I have a 16-inch foam wreath. So just, I think it was 31 squares. I got almost the whole frame of the wreath. Okay, so you see what I've done so far, and I love it. The only thing I don't like, you know, all these frail edges. I'm not going to worry about this right now, because at the end I'll snip all of those. It's kind of poofy, and normally, you know, I tell you I like poofy, but I kind of would like these a little flat, but I'm sure that's something I can kind of deal with later on. It's sticking up a little bit to me, but I think that is so pretty. So what I'm gonna do, I am gonna cut away. I'm gonna go ahead, and this is only gonna give me about 30 more of these, so I will at least be able to finish, you know, that's a pretty big gap from here to there. So I'll let you know exactly how many on the outside, and then I'm going to start working on the inside. So I'll come right back after I cut this and start putting it on there. Okay, everybody, I'm back again, and I have completely finished. Let's see if I can get all of it in. I have completely finished the entire outer ring, the very outside, and it took a total, I think it's about 45 of these on the outside, and I'll show you a close-up of all of them. And you know, you can see how far apart they're spaced. I'm getting ready to start clipping some of these little strings off, but I try to keep them all pretty, you know, close together. But it is a total, excuse me, sorry for shaking the camera, of 45 on the outside. So I don't think it's going to take that many. I hope not, because then I'm going to have to go and get another roll of burlap. But I do have this. I don't know if I want to put all, I'm having a dilemma here. I'm trying to figure out, because I told you I haven't done this. So I'm just trying to see how I want this to look. If I want to put this there, or, you know, maybe 2 of this and then one of the brown. But I do want to use this along with it. And when you put this down, you are supposed to try to lay it kind of in the same direction. Well, it's supposed to be in the same direction, but where they actually meet with each other. Now see, let me put that through here first. Do this part first, and then push it down. And see, I don't even have enough right now to do this inner ring, so I do know I'm going to have to go get another one of the burlap wreath. So as of right now, if all you want to do is just brown, then it is going to take at least 3 of these, possibly 4. But I'm going to see if I can use this in with, I have about, I don't know, I think 15 or 16 left of these. And I'm going to see if I can do a neat little pattern with it and see how it turns out. If I don't like it, you know, it's just a matter of pulling it up and out. So I'm going to kind of play with it a little bit, and then I'll come back and let you see. I'm using the same technique, you know, just folding it in a kind of triangle and then folding both of the ends down. So I'm using the same technique. So now it's just a matter of deciding how I want it to actually look on the wreath form. So I'm not changing the technique or anything. So see, I might do 2 of these, and then maybe 1 brown, or 3 of these and a brown. And then still head to the craft store to get another roll of brown. I don't think they have this on sale, but I do believe I have a 40% off coupon that I can use, so I don't have to pay full price for that. This one seems like it's a little bit more tightly woven than just the plain brown. I'll move this over because I want to make sure it is going to look like it's in the a circle. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that I'm kind of in the light a little bit. Move over so you can see. Okay, I just made another little petal, and then I might put that there. Again, like I said, maybe I'll do 3 because I have about 30-ish of the 30 or 31 of the blue. So I have more blue than I do brown. So I'll kind of play with how I'm gonna make it look, and then I'll come back and show. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I'm trying to move out the way so you can see and get out of the shadow. This is what I've done so far, and it is really pretty. I like it. I really do like it. I hope you all can see that. Okay, so far I have gone through all 3 of my things of ribbon right here, the burlap. I know I tore it, but you can see I had 3 of these, 2 brown and the 1 blue, and I have used the entire thing And this is what I've been able to do. So not too bad. The only thing is right here. I started doing this inner part. So from here all the way around the inner, over here is what I have left. But I had 31 of each, 31 blue, and I actually had a total of 62 of the brown. Each one of those rolls made 31. So I have one of the blue left, and I decided to do a pattern, to kind of space out, since I did have just a few brown left. Is I did 3 blue and then 1 brown, 3 blue and another brown, and I really like it. It's different from what I'm used to, but it really is a pretty wreath. Now I'm gonna go, after I get done, and like I said, I kind of wish that these were pressed down a little bit, but I'm sure that's something I can do later. And also snipping all these little ends right here. There are quite a few of them. So just cutting all of these off. But this is a gorgeous wreath. And it's going into nighttime here. It's like dusk right now. So that's why my lighting is not as good as it would have been if I would have done this earlier today. But I'm going to show it to you probably when I finish the rest of it. It should be earlier in the daytime where you'll be able to get a better look at it and how it turned out. But these strings are nothing new. If you've been making wreaths, you know that a lot of these meshes and burlap and everything, they do have a lot of strings. So you do have to do a lot of snipping at the end. But that is an easy fix. It's a matter of cutting them off. And hopefully you won't have to handle it too much, because the more you handle it, the more of these little frayed ends you're going to have. So it's very nice. It's a really nice wreath. I'll go to the store and get one more. I think one would be fine. I don't think this inner ring, if the outer ring took about 45, I doubt if this inner ring is going to take 30. And then I'll kind of see what other little stuff that I can put on here to make it, to kind of give it a little bit more. It's missing something right now. So again, very nice. I'm going to come back and finish this up and let you see what the final product looks like. But so far, so good. 2 thumbs up. Okay, everybody, I'm back. It's been about a week since I filmed me making this this burlap wreath. But it's just been so crazy. I've been so busy over the last week or so. But I wanted to show you, this is the final wreath. It came out, I think it came out pretty good. There are a few things that, I've noticed that I would have to tweak the next time. I guess maybe these should be closer together. They're maybe about 1 inch or so apart. And I noticed, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to hang it up on my little hanger thing that I have up there. They kind of stick out, so I don't know, you might have to press them down with something a little bit. I did have to go out and I had to buy another. I think I told you in the other one that I didn't have enough to go all the way around. So I did have to buy one more of these, and this is what I have left over from that. I have a thing in there. Okay, so this is about how much I have left over from that. So if you want your petals to be a little bit tighter, you're probably, and this is the, I don't know if you noticed, again, it was in the beginning of the video. This is the 5 by 5 inches, 5 by 5 and 15 feet of burlap. So if you're going to do this, just a 24-inch wreath, you're gonna need like 5 or 6 of these rolls of burlap, and you may need more than that if you decide to put these petals closer, if you try to have them a little bit tighter. Now I bought I wanted a bow, and I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted the blue like it's in here or kind of a combination, so I just found this. It was on sale at Hobby Lobby, and it doesn't quite match. It's not the same color blue. It's a little bit darker. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it is a little bit darker. It's a different color blue than the other one. But I think it's okay. I mean, I still think it turned out to be a really pretty wreath, especially for the first time. So if you've done one of these, I'd love to hear from you, you know, and see some pictures of what you've done. It's definitely going to be on my list of things to continue making. I didn't have a pipe cleaner to match. I had to use a silver one, so I'm trying to cover that up. But I'm not making this for anybody. This is strictly for me. So, you know, if I was making this for somebody else, I would probably make sure things were matched up a little bit better. But not too bad for the first time. So again, please leave me some comments, leave some pictures below, or link me some pictures, or your YouTube page or Facebook, whatever, if you've done one of these, because I would love to just kind of share ideas and everything with you. Thank you for watching. The next one is going to be just a still picture probably, or maybe me kind of moving around showing you how it actually looks hanging up. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. If you have not already done so, make sure you like the video. And you can also share it to any social media site that you're affiliated with. Thank you again, and as always, be blessed.